Welcome to Project Insight's Power Tutorial Series. We're thrilled to have you with us today for a fast-paced 15-minute walkthrough of new Project Insight features that will transform the way you manage and visualize work across your organization. If you're a part of a PMO or managing complex portfolios, this one's for you. Today, we're introducing program and portfolio level task lists, which let you see tasks across your portfolio, programs, and projects all in one place. This dynamic view allows you to reassign, copy, and adjust tasks on the fly, giving you real-time understanding of the full scope of work. And also the schedule impact indicator, which allows you to never be caught off guard again. This new feature automatically flags downstream schedule impacts when a task is changed, giving you time to react before anything escalates. These capabilities are designed to increase your visibility, reduce risk, and give you greater confidence to scale your operations and align your team through strategic goals. A few housekeeping notes. Everyone will be on mute. We are encouraged to ask questions via the chat as we go. This session will last about 15 minutes and will be accessible for future viewing at the same link you're joining us with today. I'm Matthew Sparks, the Director of Sales and Business Development here at Project Insight. With me today is Steve West, our CEO and founder. Together, we're excited to show you how these new features can streamline your workflow and elevate your project, program, and portfolio management game. Steve, you ready to get in?
Yeah, let's go. And shout out to all the clients that we have on the call with us today. We know that many people who use our tool are on with us. So let's get into it. We only have 15 minutes.
I know it's that tight one, so we'll jump right in. So this is a Project Insight home screen. This is what you're met with by default. Once you have enabled the program and portfolio add-on, you will see those icons here. So that's really where the idea is. I can see my programs, I can see my portfolios. That then allows me to click into either of those and see the active program or portfolio, depending upon what you click on, that you might want to jump into. So right here, we're looking at what we call our program home, where I can see the associated programs within this workspace. If I click into the top one here, this is the tech program. We are now on the program view. I can see the combination of projects that make this program up. So again, within Project Insight, that is what a program is. It's a combination of projects that we've linked together. This gives me similar views to what we experience on the project level. And really, one of the new ones is why we're here right now, which is the task list, right, Steve?
Yep, let's go for it. And just for everyone's benefit, to create a program, you simply just need to create a program, and then your projects can be associated to that program or that portfolio as well. It's just real simple, one extra column or one extra input on those forms.
That's right. The project edit form is what Steve's mentioning there. It makes it nice and simple to affiliate. You can also, I think, and we can link our previous tutorial on this, do that in bulk via reporting as well. So you can affiliate all of them at once if you're just enabling this.
Yeah, and many of you are familiar with this task list view. The only difference is that now on the program task list view, we have the project at the top.
That's right. Here you can see each of the projects that make up this program. You can drill into those tasks just like you're accustomed to doing on the project level task list, where you can come in here and really have that same functionality that you're used to, right, Steve? Where it's an inline edit, it's a drag and drop of columns where I can move these around to be in the settings that I care for them to be. But in this way, I now can look at everything across the system right in one shot, right?
Yeah, not only can you look at it, but you can basically do all the same features, some editing capabilities and dragging capabilities that you have on the regular task list for an individual project.
That's right, which is really handy, right? You have the ability to come in here, and I'm just going to expand out a few of these so we can see a little bit more on this. But you can come up to the top right and filter just like you're accustomed to. So if I care to just see what's current or what's overdue or what we designate as a milestone, I can quickly have access to that across my entire program without needing to figure out, what's the important one here. Project Insight via the filter can just do that for us automatically. So now you can see here filtered by milestones, where now we're just viewing those particular tasks. The other part that's, I think, really handy here is you can move these from one project to another in this screen, right, Steve?
You can. I don't think you necessarily want to keep doing that all the time, but let's say you accidentally put the task in the wrong project. Currently, you can do that from the regular task list by going right mouse clicking and doing the move. But from this view, you can actually drag a task from, yeah, so he's showing you there. You can cut, move.
Yep.
That is a choice on the regular task list, still a choice here, but from this view, you can actually drag the whole thing into another project from here.
So right here, this is within Project Waterfall. If I want to move this, WBS, I can move that up into the execution phase of process improvement.
That's right.
And now I can decide, just the same way that I can on the project level, do I want to make this a sibling or make this a child? And now that task has been reaffiliated with a new project. So really handy feature to just do it all in one spot.
That's right.
The other piece that I think is really nice here is your saved layouts come over from the project level. So if you want to look at, which allows you to then look at pieces as complicated or as not as you want. So in this instance, we're looking at all of our planned versus actual values across all of these projects. They all summarize down below here into the program as a whole. So if I am that stakeholder that needs to understand how many total hours is it going to take for me to do all of the work that I need done across my portfolio of projects, here you go. I've got it right here. I can understand the costs, and, as they become realized as well. So that equally applies to any of the saved layouts, right? If you want to just make it as simple as, did you do the task list? You can do, did you do the task? You can do that all the same. So the other piece here that is new and I think really exciting, I'm going to go ahead and just jump back into a different layout so we can see duration here, is what we're calling the schedule impact indicator. So I'm going to go ahead and just unclear this so that we're seeing all of the tasks again. What this allows me to do is if I make changes of either the duration or the work hours, if I'm going to say, this is going to take 25 days as opposed to, 5 that it was on there, and I save this, you can see all of the downstream impact across that, right? All of the other tasks that have been impacted based on predecessors and dependencies, right, Steve?
Right. So, right, any change, it could be that you add a predecessor or you shifted a task date, added hours. We're showing you what has changed in other tasks besides the one that you just changed as well. And this feature, even though is only available right now on this particular program on portfolio task list, it's going to become available in the future on the regular project task list as well.
Yeah, which is handy because now you understand that I updated this here. How does that impact the summary that it's a part of? How does that impact the project? So you can see that across the board, but then you also can see the downshift impact across all of the other tasks that are dependent on this one, right?
Yeah, and people have been asking for this for a little while because they want to see when you make a change in your schedule, you want to see like what actually changed. And so that's right. All this does. And next, you can see if you edit another row, it clears them, and then it starts a whole new process. So as you work a project plan, you'll start to see what the changes are. So this is available now in this preview view, and we're waiting to get some feedback from customers to see how they like that. If that should be optional, changing the way it might look a little bit, but the intent is to show you what changes every time you make an edit.
That's right. So you can see I changed the work hours or the effort to get this task complete. That impacts the summary, and then it impacts the project as a whole. So the other place that it does work, right, is the idea of if you're moving the schedule around, which is the same as duration. So you can come in here and show how that impacts across all of those. So
that's right.
Yep. All of this feature set that we're looking at here, again, on the program level, where I can see how that, even rolls down to the summary of the entirety of that program, is also met within the portfolio view. So what I've done here is I've gone, I've clicked into one, but I'm in the portfolio homes where I can see all of the portfolios that are a part of this particular workspace. I can click into this one here or any of them. This one's called product portfolio. The portfolios within Project Insight allow me to group together projects and programs. So in this way, I can see the two programs that are making up this portfolio. And then I still have that same task list experience that your users are accustomed to on the project level or otherwise, right? And can edit these all the same. But with this way, these are rolled up into the programs that they're a part of, and then the individual projects in there. So
Yeah. So it's literally the same exact experience we just saw at the program level, but now we're just up a level and we're able to do the same exact things that Matt just showed you.
yep, you can drill in all the same. You can come in and filter these in any which way. That also applies for, even more complex filters, rather than, just the idea of what's a milestone or otherwise. You can come in here and say, you know what, I really need to understand, who all of my, what tasks are associated with my Scrum Masters on this particular one. And I can refresh, and now I have all of the tasks that the Scrum Masters are on across the board. So if I'm in charge of managing those, that stakeholder group or otherwise, I can then understand this is Alyssa. These are the tasks that she has on this particular portfolio, which is rolling down, from the program level. So
Yeah. And one other thing to mention is that the bulk editor is available as well in this view. So if you need to edit multiple tasks from multiple projects and programs, it works basically, again, the same way as the regular project task list where you're only looking at a single project at a time, but this can now, you can edit across projects using the bulk editor.
And what Steve means by that is this is the bulk edit feature, just like it is on the project level. So I can come in here, I can check all non-summary tasks if I want to do all of them here, or I've gone through and just selected a handful of these. And maybe I want to reassign these, right? I can say, let's, bulk edit and reassign to a different user. I don't want Alyssa associated with this anymore. I now have the ability to say Amanda will be on all of those tasks. Or maybe we need to change different pieces as far as the duration or the constraints type, or really any of the kind of native columns that you see there. You can do that in bulk right here. So
that's right. So it's essentially the same feature that you have in the regular task list available here at this level.
That's right.
Not only can you do that, the bulk editing, there's the add resource and remove resource option as well. Everything in the context menu that you see in the regular task list is available here in the project program task lists.
That's right. This is a piece that we are continuing to enhance. So if you have any questions about how we can put this, to use in your workspace, please do reach out to your assigned success manager. If you have any questions as to who that is, you can reach out to me directly, matthew.sparks@projectinsight.com. And if you are not currently using these skill sets, feel free to reach out to the sales email address, and we'll show you how this can be put to work for you. This is something, though, that we are continuing to improve as far as our product is concerned. We're going to have some new features coming up very soon, right, Steve?
Yeah, so coming up, this is just the latest of view that we have coming out. Right now, we're actually working on the Kanban boards at the project level. So there's going to be probably in the next build a preview of several different Kanban boards. For sure, the status and project phase, and maybe some other ones as well. The other thing in the works too is not only have we got the task list across your project program, project portfolio, there's going to be obviously a Gantt chart version of this coming out soon. That's not necessarily this next sprint, but pretty imminent. You'll be able to see the projects and the tasks and the programs all in one Gantt chart view all the way down. Basically, program, project, task, Gantt chart, not just program by itself, project by itself, task by itself, but across your projects in your programs and your portfolios.
The idea is this project level one then takes that roll up the same way that we have it here on the project level. And then what Steve was mentioning a little bit ago, kind of twofold. One is how can you affiliate a project with a portfolio or program? You can do so via the project edit form, which is where I am currently. The future state of the project level Kanbans is that I can then move the status across, right? So I can say that this project went from forecasting to active via a board view, or I can move them across from the phase perspective and say we went from execution to monitoring on the board, which just gives you more input options based on your preference, right?
Yeah,
It's not
and we'll show those when they come out, but that's definitely, we're going to be continuing to improve all of these program and portfolio features all year this year, and probably next year too.
That's right. Thank you so much for your time. I think we've got our big canes pulling us out, Steve. We look forward to seeing you at additional power tutorials and our PDU series as a whole. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks everybody.